guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to my upside down microwave popcorn box. Today we're going to start the scrap it up 3, scrap it till you make it, and this is the third one that Miss Etta's hosted. And one of the rules is that you have to make your journal from a food box. Now I am not going to make this big old thick journal, but I am going to cut it down so that it makes sense. So this will be, one side will be my spine, and the other side will be the opening. And right now what I'm doing is taking it apart. But I'm going to make it this big because I'm going to go through my 12 by 12 paper, and what I'm going to do is the words won't come to me. What I'm going to do is use my 12 by 12 paper and cut it to fit, and that way I have one big giant nature journal, because I have them in all sizes now. I have them from this big to this big. Okay, so these two pieces fit together perfectly. So that's what I'm going to do, is glue these two together, and then I'll glue these pieces in, and these can be pockets on the inside. So before I glue those in, I'll cover this with my paper. And right now, basically what we're going to do is construct the outside, and I feel like I'm probably going to cover this with brown paper bag, like the old time school books. But for sure we're going to stick this piece on this piece right up to that and get those two together. Then I don't have to worry about creasing this or that. And since I'm using the inside, I'm wondering if I shouldn't just put my lace on there now. Decisions, right? If I do the lace, then I'm going to be cornered for this unless I use a neutral color. Geez, now I don't know. You see, if the lace is in there, then I can just cover this, lift the lace up and cover that piece under. That's why I'm wondering, or do I have this. This is just gray contact paper. I don't know. No, I don't think I want to use that one. Alright, hang on guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to go look at some options going here. Okay, I went into my stash and I found something a little more nature-like for the inside. And then I have enough left to do this piece if I want, or I can just do it with something else when we get there. But right now I just wanted to show you how I took that large box of popcorn, I cut it down, and I made it into a usable sized journal. And then I'll just glue each piece down. Now this is still a large. This will be a four signature journal, easy and comfortable 3 signature journals. So I'll make it, and then later on I could cut it down more, but given the size of the journal itself, I didn't think that was the greatest of ideas. So we're just gonna make sure both sides line up. And I chose the nicer of the two sides because we'll cover the spine eventually. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with this. But this is the easiest way, I think, to make a journal. Okay, and then I'll take my scissors and trim this off. And boy, let me tell you, Miss Etta has challenged me this time. I have never successfully made a tassel. So that's one of the prompts. So I gotta be watching how to do that. All right, so there's a little bit on this side. I'll get that. And then that's probably going to be it for this journal this go around, because I still feel like I'm going to cover that front, like paper mache it with some, either, I'm definitely going to cover this with brown paper bag, but I think what I'm going to do after that is cover it with napkin, if that makes sense. I think, I just need to focus on ideas here because I'm way behind. I'm going to sit down this weekend with my favorite beverage. I think I'm going to start out with my coffee and then hit the chai spice latte and just buckle down and get my films done and get caught up, guys. All right, that'll work. And then here's our journal. And I think if I do the paper mache, or not paper mache, but collage, decoupage, whatever you want to call it, on the front of this, it will sturdy it up a lot, because I'm not real into the flimsy journals. Now I can put this on because, like I said, we've got this part figured out. So my journal is going to measure 9.5 by 5 3/4. I may as well have just made it 6, but that's the size of my box, so it's 9.5 by 5 3/4. Beautiful, beautiful measurements. This one I think is going to be a comfortable when I get bored and just want to do something fun, kind of a journal. And who knows, if there's any garden prompt journals out there, maybe I'll fill it up with those, One never knows how these journal ideas are going to pan out, do we? Well, that should work. It's not even, but it's not bad. See, I got some stuff there, but like I said, I may come back in and cover it with something. Or am I not? Maybe I will do the lace. Yeah, I think I will. And I'll put it directly over here. But then I don't impede anything here. It'll just fold over. That's what I think I'll do. Yep. That's what I think I'll do. But we're off to a good start, y'all. Oh, well, that made it easier. So I can go right up to this, right up to this edge. I know people are like, you're going to start yet another journal, but who cares? Whatever I feel like, I don't feel like working in this one, I'll work in that one. I still got my Alice in Wonderland journal to finish or work on. Like I said, when I first talked about that, it was going to be from now on kind of a journal. I like that. But maybe I want to do those pages. Maybe I'll do them with a different one. Yeah, I'll do them with something different. There we go. We're off to a start. And then I need to use up a bunch of my brown paper bags, so I'll put them on the front. And that'll give this some stability. It's not bad, but it's still pretty flimsy. And then I went and got wooden butterflies from the Dollar Tree. And I got wooden leaves from the Dollar Tree. So these will be, I'm going to do whatever it is I do on the front. And then I'm going to put these on after. And I thought about painting them, but I don't think I'm going to paint them. I think I'm going to do embossing ink. I think I'm going to emboss them. Yeah. I think I'll emboss them, guys, and we'll make mini collages with them all over the front of the book. See how ideas are born. Okay, that's what we're going to be up to next. So, and I got some really pretty fall colors. All right, I want to say thank you for heading out with me and hanging out with me and hanging, just being here with me as a support and a subscriber. And with that being said, guys, I am off to find my glue lid and call it an evening and get some rest, because tomorrow is an all-day training for me at work. How good is that? I'm not good with sitting perfectly still. I get sleepy. All right, guys. I want to say thank you again for coming along, and I guess I'll find my lid here in a minute after I close out. Bye, and I'll see you guys in the next video.